Coming up this morning on Local 6 Today at 5. If you have big Halloween plans tonight, you may want to think before you drink. Next, what state traffic officials say you need to plan before you party.
Plus, where federal grant money's going to help crisis intervention organizations in the Local 6 area.
And cold weather is going to have a big impact on our trick-or-treat plans for tonight. We'll talk about those bone-chilling temperatures coming up next. Local 6 Today at 5 starts right now.
WPSD Local 6, your breaking news and weather authority. This is Local 6 Today.
Later today, kids across the Local 6 area will head out to neighborhoods to trick-or-treat. Halloween, of course, a day full of costumes and, of course, candy.
Yes, and Halloween isn't just for kids. You may have plans tonight while the kids are out with their friends. The Kentucky Office of Highway Safety is reminding you even one drink is considered buzzed driving and can turn your Halloween into a real-life nightmare if you choose to drive. If you do drink while you're out, have someone sober drive instead. Don't try to walk home. That can be just as dangerous as driving. Ask a sober friend to walk with you if you have to. If you think a driver on the road is drunk, call police. And if you have a friend who is about to drink and then drive, take away their car keys and help them get home safely. Choosing not to drink and drive not only keeps you safe, it keeps everyone else on the road safe as well.
In just a few hours, this former Paducah police officer will be back in court. Henry Glore was indicted last week on charges of incest and third-degree rape. You may remember Glore was arrested and charged earlier this month in a rape case dating back almost 40 years. Glore is accused of raping a family member when she was 15 years old. Kentucky State Police say the teen became pregnant and gave birth to Glore's baby. KSB says they were able to confirm that Glore is that child's father through DNA testing. He's expected in court this morning around 8:30, and we will have a crew there to let you know what happens. You can also follow the story and receive breaking news alerts through your Local 6 mobile app. It is free to download for all your Apple and Android devices. Crisis intervention services in Kentucky are getting a record-breaking amount of funding and federal grants from the Victims of Crime Act program. The almost $38 million grant is 50% more than the state got last year. Several agencies in the Local 6 area are benefiting from this grant, including Lotus and Merriman House. Both agencies got more than $2 million each to support their services. In Washington, a critical vote happens today and a White House staffer resigns before testifying.
Tracy Potts is on Capitol Hill with that, plus the former Trump insider insisting on a subpoena.
Former National Security Advisor John Bolton has been called to testify this week. Witnesses say he repeatedly raised concerns about President Trump's personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, pressuring Ukraine to investigate Joe Biden.
That is illegal. It is an abuse of office, and it's something no patriotic American ought to tolerate.
But Bolton's lawyer says he won't talk without a subpoena. Top Russia advisor Tim Morrison is expected to speak with lawmakers today after resigning his White House post. Earlier testimony revealed Morrison said he had a sinking feeling about withholding aid from Ukraine to force the Biden investigation. But the Trump campaign says other administrations have done that.
They have often used foreign aid as a leverage point to change behavior in foreign relations.
Today, lawmakers vote on the ground rules for public impeachment hearings.
We need to get the truth out there so the American people can understand and decide where we go from here.
Republicans argue the rules aren't fair.
The President's counsel is not allowed to participate in the Intel Committee and is still behind the closed doors, lack of due process.
Republicans want to call witnesses they believe informed the whistleblower to question their motives. Tracy Potts, NBC News, Washington.
Democrats are worried the closer we get to presidential primaries next year, the more voters may think their investigation is political. Police in Marion, Illinois are asking for help after a burglary at the Dollar General on North Court Street early Wednesday morning. Take a look. The Marion Police Department sent us this photo. They say the suspect got into the store by breaking the window on the front door. The suspect and another person left with money before police arrived. If you have any information or if you recognize this person, call the Marion Police Department. With it being Halloween, your kids are probably really excited to get dressed up tonight or this morning and go trick-or-treating.
Celebrating Halloween is something the entire family can do together. And when we say the entire family, we mean everyone, of course, including our pets.
Obviously.
Zoe, the weather dog, is celebrating her first Halloween as a member of the Local 6 family on her Facebook page. We ask you to make your guesses as to what you think she's dressing up for Halloween.
Ooh, the most popular guesses so far have been a pumpkin, a bat, a football player, and a witch. Well, we'll find out what Zoe's costume really is during the dog walking forecast later this morning. Look how cute she was in that picture.
I know. I think she could pull all those costumes off.
Yeah.
I love it.
She got that versatile thing going.
She's going to be cute, and we'll find out at 5:56 what she's actually going to be. A lot of kids are going to be bundling up and adding layers. We may have to get a little creative with our costumes this year because it's going to be cold tonight. It's going to be one of our chillier Halloweens we've had in a long time, and maybe actually one of the chilliest on record as far as our high temperature for today and what it feels like when we head outside to trick-or-treat tonight. And just in time for the arrival of November tomorrow morning, we likely are dealing with our first hard killing freeze of the season. Freeze warning in effect for a large portion of the middle of the country, including the entire Local 6 area. All of us expected to spend a few hours below freezing overnight. So any plants that are left outside, this will be a killing freeze tonight, and this will bring an end to the growing season. And if you have anything that you want to keep around, you have to get it inside this afternoon and evening. We'll play a game of Find the Cold Front, and that one's pretty easy. It's 60 in Nashville, it's 40 in St. Louis, it's 30 in Springfield right now, and that cold air is pouring in from the northwest right now. Also pouring down a few raindrops over parts of the area, although the rain's going to be moving out quickly this morning. Back edge of the rain has already come across the Mississippi River. Still a little light rain from Paducah to Mayfield, moderate rain over toward Hopkinsville, but all this is going to press on. And for the most part, after about 8 o'clock or so this morning, the rain will be long gone. Here's how your Thursday breaks down, and notice our temperatures, they will not move hardly at all today. That means we're going to be kind of hovering right around 40, 41. Wind chill, when you factor in these strong west winds at around 15 to 20 miles per hour, it's going to feel like it's in the low to mid 30s all day long. And even at 3 o'clock this afternoon, it'll feel like 35. We get toward trick-or-treat time here. 5 o'clock readings at 40, and we fall back down into the mid 30s by 7 o'clock this evening. Feels like numbers again staying in the lower half of the 30s. Some of us may even see wind chill readings a little closer to the upper 20s for trick-or-treat time tonight. So wish it was going to be a little bit warmer. At least it's not going to be raining this evening. That'll be long gone again this morning. Windy. Mostly cloudy skies through the morning, decreasing clouds for the afternoon. 26, the average overnight low tonight. 51 and sunshine tomorrow. Another cold night the next couple of evenings. 32 Saturday morning, 50 on Saturday afternoon. We're back to the upper 20s on Sunday morning, and then we rebound temperatures a little bit early next week. 55 sunny on Sunday, 59 Monday, and back to 60 with a chance for some showers by next Tuesday. Guys.
Trent, thank you very much. WPST Local 6, the Paducah Sun, City of Paducah, McCracken County, and Milner and Orr Funeral are all sponsoring the American Hero Veterans Day celebration.
It's our special way of honoring local veterans who made the ultimate sacrifice. Here's a list of the events taking place in Paducah on November 11th. You can find all the details online at WPSTLocal6.com. Almost 233,000 quilts of valor have been awarded to veterans across the country. And this Veterans Day, 5 more quilts will be given to veterans during the American Hero ceremony. One local Vietnam veteran who previously received a quilt of valor says it's an emotional experience.
Was taken out to the air, to an Air Force base and changed into civilian clothes and then bused back into the airport. And we got everything thrown at us that you could get. And so we hadn't had much recognition until about the last 4 or 5 years and started picking up some. So it was a big honor for me.
You can read this full story and get all the details for the American Heroes celebration online at WPSTLocal6.com. After the break, you still have plenty of time, but some people have already started holiday shopping.
Yeah, next, a new report shows why people begin buying their gifts so early. Plus, the Colorado teachers helping kids not just in the classroom, how students are learning to face their fears.
Time right now is about to turn 5:10 on your Halloween. Remember, you're watching Local 6 today. 5:13 on your Thursday and on your Halloween. We are months away, but it's not hard to believe people are already shopping for the upcoming holiday season. A new report from the National Retail Federation shows 40% of holiday shoppers start before Halloween. Some early bird shoppers start in September. People like to spread out their shopping to help burden on their wallets. And the report finds shoppers are also spending more money on gifts. Halloween is the time for spooks and scares and costumes. But one Colorado teacher is using the season to teach his students a life lesson.
Nelson Garcia shows us this teacher is actually using a haunted house to help his students conquer their fears.
Something scary is happening here.
Find a partner to go with.
Something Tom Giomi understands. It's not that he turned his home into a haunted house.
I regret it. She won't go.
It's the reason why.
Well, we have a Halloween piano party tonight.
Giomi.
Been Jack Sparrow a few times. Beetlejuice was a really popular one. We're devils and black sheep and really bad eggs. Drink up, my heart is yo-ho.
He is a piano teacher.
So I've been teaching for about 15 years.
And he knows the scariest thing about playing is the crowd.
It's scary to play the piano in front of people, but they're actually more scared sometimes of the haunted house. So it gets their mind off of playing in front of people.
Minds like Alec Vlasimski.
You feel like I can't mess up. I don't want to mess up, and if I mess up, I'm not gonna feel good.
But with the thought of going through the haunted house.
I tried not to scream for most of it. The only part I really got scared was when we were in the laser part. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Alec and the other students
it's no pressure here in Tom's house.
Have little trouble playing.
I had a student who just had a terrible performance anxiety, and I couldn't get him to play for about 1.5 years. He came up to me one evening at one of these parties and said, "Can I play with my mask on?" I said, "Yeah, go ahead, play. Come up and play." And he played with his mask on. He thought nobody knew who he was. And from that point forward, he had no problem going and playing in front of people.
Students confronting their fears.
That anxiety is something that's always there, but you learn how to deal with it.
By getting a little scared.
Giomi has transformed his home into a haunted house for 10 years now. He also opens it up to the neighborhood and raises money for Children's Hospital Colorado.
Now, weather on the 6s.
All right, 5:16 here on this Halloween Thursday morning. Thanks for starting your day with us. And this picture is a rainy, windy one, and that's going to be, at least the windy part, one of the big stories for tonight. Cold and windy for trick or treat tonight, followed by a hard freeze going into tomorrow morning, and sets the stage for a cold but nice, quiet start to the weekend. It's going to be sunny. It'll be chilly over the weekend, but nothing too crazy out there. Here's our record lowest high temperatures on Halloween. 43 in 1993. Of course, you remember that was the year we had snow on the ground at Halloween. 45 next, then 47 in 1949. At this point in time, it looks like our midnight temperature was 46 degrees, so we'll probably fall here as the third officially coldest high temperature for Halloween. But that's kind of misleading because the daytime hours probably going to be spent in the neighborhood of about 40 to 42 degrees. So in that regard, one of, if not the coldest Halloween daytimes we've had on record at Paducah today. Right now, 40 Paducah, 39 in Mayfield and Murray, 41 in Union City. The cold front's moved all the way through the area. It's breezy out there as well. We have wind gusts between 20 and 30 miles per hour. Rain is going to be moving out of the area here shortly. We still have some showers in Kentucky and Tennessee, but by about 7, 8 o'clock this morning, most of the rain will be over with. So let's talk about the trick-or-treat forecast for tonight. That's what a lot of folks are going to be focused on, and those temperatures are not looking good. 40 at 5 o'clock. Dropping down to 36 by 7 o'clock. The wind chill will range anywhere from about 27 to 33 degrees, depending on the exact wind speed. Faster the wind, the lower the wind chill. Bottom line, we've got to have layers out there tonight. Let's go through the hour-by-hour forecast temperature-wise through today, and the take-home message here is that those numbers are not going to move much. We're going to have a steady northwest wind, and that's going to keep our numbers locked pretty much in place all day long. Overnight, we fall back to around 26 on average, and then tomorrow afternoon we only get back up to around 50 or so. Tomorrow evening for football, we're back down to around 40 at 7 o'clock, dropping into the lower half of the 30s by 10 o'clock tomorrow night. It will be a chilly one for any football games going on tomorrow evening. Back with more coming up here after the break on Local 6 Today. Stay with us.
It is 5:22, and in sports this morning, Wednesday night, the Washington Nationals and the Houston Astros went head-to-head during the end-all, be-all Game 7 of the World Series in Houston.
The Astros were ahead 2-0 at the top of the 7th, and then home runs first by Anthony Rendon, and then Howie Kendrick put the Nationals on top, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Here it is! The Washington Nationals are world champions for the first time in franchise history.
The Nats stayed ahead until the very end, winning the World Series 6-2 the final. Nationals manager Davey Martinez says the team's been through a lot and they stuck together.
I told him before the game, I said, hey, I want you guys to just treat this as just another game. It's game 184, which is hard to do. I said, but we made it this far. Just play one more game, one more 1-0. And they did that tonight.
Woohoo! Sports!
And you know who was home watching? Bryce Harper, who was their superstar all those years, left the team. The first year he's gone. Well, of course, he's got his $330 million contract, but the first year he's gone, they go to the World Series and win it.
Oh, goodness. I feel like I just got so much smarter right now. Thank you, Mike.
There's still a lot more to come here on Local 6 Today.
Up next, Trent Okerson is in with a look at your travel forecast with weather on the 6s. It is 5:23 right now. Good morning and happy Halloween.
Now, weather on the 6s.
5:26, time for checking your travel forecast today. And out the door this morning, showers going to be ending by 7 o'clock. We'll still leave the yellow light on, may run into a couple of raindrops. It's going to be a cold, windy day, 41 at noon, 39 at 5 o'clock. Watch out for some of those trick-or-treaters if you're still headed home around 5 o'clock and feels like numbers in the low 30s at that point. The rain moves on to the east. It's going to be a rainy night for Cincinnati, Lexington, Knoxville, Atlanta. Here at home, we clear out tonight, and by tomorrow morning, temperatures down to the 20s for many of us on a sunny start to your Friday. No travel issues for tomorrow afternoon. We're back with another check for Halloween forecast after the break. Stay with us.
Your time right now is 5:30, and today is the day that some people have been waiting months for. Halloween is all about candy and costumes.
But as you prepare to go trick-or-treating with family, you may want to pack on some extra layers tonight. Temperatures across the Local 6 area will be dropping. Meteorologist Trent Okerson's tracking your Halloween conditions this morning. And Trent, when can we expect to feel a big difference in temperature?
Now, it's already cold out there, and it's not going to move much today. That's the problem. Forget about it warming up at all today, and by tonight, we'll just add more chill to the air. Your trick-or-treat forecast, 5 o'clock, 40 degrees, clearing skies. It will not be raining, that's the good news, but it will not be warm, that's the bad news. 38 at 6 o'clock, but you factor in the wind, it'll feel like the low 30s. 7 o'clock, down to 36 degrees, cold and windy, and it's already chilly out there this morning. The cold front's already moved through. It's in the upper 30s and lower 40s over most of the area, and we may warm up by a degree or two, but this may be one of the coldest High temperatures for Halloween on record, 43. Remember back in 1993, we had snow on the ground. Well, there's no snow on the ground, but we're going to rival that for the coldest Halloween on record. So bundle up, get ready for a rough night of trick-or-treating tonight. We'll talk about if there's any warming trend coming our way coming up here in just a few minutes.
Thank you very much, Trent. And you can track conditions while you're out trick-or-treating tonight. Just download the Local 6 Radar app to your smartphone. It's free in the App Store and Google Play. Turn on push notifications to get weather alerts wherever you live. And as it starts to get colder, homeless people in the Local 6 area will need a place to go to stay warm. While there are places, there aren't enough in the area to help every homeless person. The Gentry House and Opportunity House in Murray, Kentucky are working together to create more places for the homeless to go and get back on their feet. Opportunity House Board Chair Skylar Vowell says that everyone working together can help this regional issue.
That's what it's going to take. Every single person doing their part, every single person realizing that they can be an agent of change that God can use in this community, that God can use to really, really impact people's lives on a personal level.
The Opportunity House wants to expand the mission there. They're working on securing a loan to create a tiny home community just for the homeless. Stay tuned. We'll have more on that as that story develops.
Today begins day 4 of a hearing in St. Louis, Missouri that will determine the fate of abortions in the state. Planned Parenthood's first witness has testified on Wednesday after 2 days of hearing from the state's health department. The health organization's chief medical examiner in the region says a lot of the reasons and feelings go into a woman's decision.
It is both possible and real that they could be sad about that decision and also feel like it's the right thing.
The hearing is expected to wrap up tomorrow, and a ruling on the licensing issue isn't expected until February at the earliest. If the license is revoked, Missouri would be the first state without a functioning abortion clinic since the 1974 Roe v. Wade Supreme Court ruling. A top lawmaker is reacting after testimony from the top Ukraine expert on the National Security Council. Army Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman says he was in the room when President Donald Trump was on the phone with Ukraine's president. In Washington Wednesday, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell from Kentucky was asked to respond to Vindman's claims that the White House took out parts of the call in the transcript.
What do you make of these allegations?
I said I'm not going to comment on the merits of what's going forward. We're watching what happens in the House.
Senator McConnell tells reporters he will not question the patriotism of any of the people who are coming forward.
New this morning, a missing 14-year-old from Virginia has been found and she is safe. An Amber Alert was issued for Isabel Hicks after she was last seen at her home back on October 21st. Virginia State Police say she was found safe and unharmed with her accused abductor. Police will give more details in a news conference later this morning. Closer to home, police in Union City, Tennessee say this house fire was set on purpose, and now they're working to find the person or persons responsible. Investigators say the fire started Saturday night around 9. If you have any information that could help, call the Union City Police Department.
A traffic alert before you head out the door. If you take US 60 Cumberland River Bridge in Smithland, Kentucky, you can expect some delays as crews begin working to replace beams damaged by overweight trucks. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet says there will be lane restrictions on the bridge today and tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, the bridge will be closed overnight for 2 weeks. Continuing coverage. More than 40 Chihuahuas are still recovering at the McCracken County Humane Society after being rescued last week.
And staff there at the Humane Society tell us that these dogs are healing, they are building trust, but they're also still traumatized. The staff tells us each dog is different and copes in its own way. Now, some of the dogs are social, others tend to hide in the back of the kennel or under beds. The dogs are not able to be adopted out yet because they still belong to their owners. The owners are facing 43 counts of animal cruelty and have not signed them away at this time.
The Humane Society says they are still taking donations. The rescue has taken a toll on them and on the dogs. If you want details on how you can help, just look for this story at WPSDLocal6.com.
Now, weather on the 6s.
All right, 5:36 here on our Thursday morning. Good morning, happy Halloween, and welcome to cold weather. It's going to have a wintry feel out there for today and tomorrow. A very cold, windy trick-or-treat tonight, hard freeze by tomorrow morning, and then a nice weekend on tap. It's going to be sunny. It'll be a little cool, but we'll have some nice weather to enjoy. There is a freeze warning area-wide for tonight. That goes all the way pretty much across the entire Bluegrass State, all across Tennessee, and expect a killing freeze and the end of the growing season for tonight. If you have any plans that you want to keep around, tropical plants that have been outside, don't forget about them, because if you do, they will be no more by tomorrow morning. There's the rain, widespread across Kentucky, Tennessee, down into the south, but the back edge of the rain is going to be swinging east of our area through the morning. Still a few showers over toward Marion, Princeton, Eddyville, and down through Murray, but the rain not going to last a whole lot longer. Of course, you can follow the rain and the cold temps with the WPSD radar app at any time. Keep us in your back pocket through the day. Temperature is going to be holding in the upper 30s through most of the day with cloudy skies. We may briefly touch like 40, 41 this afternoon, and then by trick-or-treat time tonight, again 40 at 5 o'clock, dropping back to the upper 30s as we get deeper into the evening. In fact, feels like temperatures by 5 o'clock anywhere from the upper 20s around Mount Vernon and Harrisburg to the low and mid 30s for the rest of us, and it will not get much better as the evening goes along, with lots of extra layers needed to stay comfortable if you're going to be outside tonight. Tomorrow morning, again, that hard freeze with area-wide low temperatures in the mid to upper 20s overnight tonight. So get ready for a cold start to the day in the morning. 51 tomorrow afternoon, and then 50 on Saturday. Another night in the 20s, by the way, Saturday night, Sunday morning. Temperatures rebound a bit into the upper 50s by the start of next work week. Guys.
Trent, thank you very much. It is the day some of you probably have been waiting for quite a while now, Halloween.
Your kids will be coming home with buckets or pillows, hopefully, full of candy, pillowcases full. And parents, that means a lot of sugar for the kids and even for you. Local 6's Pauline Fitzgerald joins us now live from Jefferson Street in Paducah, where thousands of kids will go trick-or-treating tonight. So Pauline, kids are looking forward to getting a lot of candy, but what should parents be looking out for?
Mike and Brianna, happy Halloween. Well, the first thing that parents should be keeping in mind is to really make sure that all of the candy that they get is commercially wrapped. Now, probably inspecting every single little piece of candy is the last thing that you all want to do when your kids get home tonight. But when they do get home from trick-or-treating, just go ahead and make sure that you help them look at all of the pieces of candy and inspect to see if there's any signs of tampering or any wears and tears in the wrappers. And if you see anything suspicious, just go ahead and throw it out, and you might have to do that sneakily. But parents, do not forget that do not forget that before your kids tear into your candy, make sure that it is age appropriate. Younger kids can choke on some kinds of gum, peanuts, hard candies, or small toys. And definitely make sure that you're checking all your labels first, especially if your child has any food allergies. And if they do have allergies, this is something that you're probably used to doing, but with all of the excitement of Halloween, make sure that they try and they do not sneak a piece. And speaking of sneaking some candy while you're out, have your kids eat a snack or a light meal before they go out. That way they're not trick-or-treating on an empty stomach and will hopefully be less likely to get into their bags before they get home. Now, of course, there are a lot of ways to celebrate Halloween, so if you are having guests over tonight, do not forget, be aware of the spooky cider. And the Food and Drug Administration says unpasteurized juice or cider can contain harmful bacteria like salmonella. So to stay safe, always serve pasteurized products at your parties. And you can scare that bacteria away by keeping all perishable foods chilled until serving time. That includes finger sandwiches, cheese platters, or fruit. And bacteria will creep up on you if you let food sit out for way too long. So do not leave perishable goodies out of the fridge for more than 2 hours. Now, of course, costumes are essential for Halloween. Coming up a little bit later, they may be a little bit dangerous, so I'll tell you how you and your kiddos can stay safe. Live in Paducah, Pauline Fitzgerald, WPSD Local 6.
Thank you, Pauline. The FDA recommends you throw out any candy that's been repackaged in a bag, as it could have been tampered with. We still have a lot more news ahead this morning right here on Local 6 Today.
After the break, Trent has another look at your Halloween forecast, and it may be Halloween, but when your energy level is low, a healthy snack can keep you going. So, some healthy ways you can ditch the candy today.
The time right now is 5:42. You're watching Local 6 Today.
You're watching WPSD Local 6.
It is 5:45. As you fill up on all that sugar today, the last thing you're probably thinking about is healthy snacking. But when you need an energy boost, a snack can help keep you going.
Snacking has a bad rap, but as Kim Hutcherson tells us, it doesn't have to be that way.
A healthy snack can provide energy in the middle of the day and keep you from overeating at mealtime. So try these healthy snack hacks. First and foremost, avoid the junk food. If you have to keep sugary snacks in your home, put them where they're hard to see or reach. Don't spend money on pre-packaged snacks. Buy healthful choices in bulk and divide out your portions yourself at home. This will keep you from eating too much at one time. It also allows you to tailor your snacks to your specific health needs, like subbing in unsalted nuts and homemade trail mix. Give your veggies a kick with healthy dips or spreads like hummus or tzatziki. Try to vary your vegetables to include green, red, and orange options. Bring your ready-to-eat snacks with you so you have power over your snack choices. Stock up on whole fruits like bananas, apples, and oranges. They're easy to throw into a bag and provide natural sugars rather than the processed kind. And give yourself a nutrient blast by combining food groups: yogurt and berries, apples and peanut butter, or whole grain crackers with turkey and avocado. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
These are all great things to keep in mind the next time that you make a trip to the grocery store. But today is Halloween. Enjoy a sugary treat or
Now,
a handful.
weather on the 6s.
All right, 5:46, and I'm sure it's probably going to be a pretty fun day at school today. A lot of folks revved up for the Halloween parties and things. And shout out to all my friends today enjoying Halloween. And special shout out to my friends at McNabb Elementary today. Rain ending this morning, but may still need the rain jacket and then some layers underneath that. 39 and a kind of a wet, windy wait at the bus stop this morning, heading home after getting all sugared up at some of those parties today. 41, cold and windy at 3 o'clock. We'll have just a little bit of clearing at that point. Right now, temperature-wise, it's 40 in Paducah, 37 in Harrisburg. We've got a little rain still falling around Paducah and Mayfield. Still a little bit of rain around Union City and Dyersburg. 37 right now in Sykes. And kind of putting things in perspective, these are the 5 coldest high temperatures we've registered on Halloween since the 1930s. Of course, you remember 1993, we had snow on the ground in many spots. We don't have snow on the ground right now, but still our daytime temperatures likely going to be colder than it was in 93. That tells you what we're talking about today. Officially, we were at 46 at midnight at the airport. So I think in the record books, it'll go down as the 3rd coldest, but during the daytime hours today, pretty much going to be about as cold as it gets for Halloween. Freeze warning for tonight. We're all going to wake up to numbers in the morning down to the upper 20s, so that'll bring an end to the growing season. Bring those plants in if we want to keep anything around. Rain shifting off to our east through the morning. Still a few raindrops again, especially east of the lakes right now, but the rain will make a quick departure as we head through the next few hours. 12 o'clock numbers today, still in the upper 30s and lower 40s. We'll see a little gradual clearing as we get into the afternoon hours, maybe some sunshine just in time for some of our early bird trick-or-treaters around 5 o'clock this evening, but numbers continuing to drop off into the mid-30s by 7 o'clock this evening, and it's not going to get much better as we go through the overnight. We're down to 26 when you wake up tomorrow morning and 51 tomorrow afternoon. We will start November off with a nice stretch of sunny weather from tomorrow right on through the weekend. 50 your Saturday high temperature down to 28 by Sunday morning. A little bit better on Sunday afternoon, 55. 59 on Monday. We'll have a small shower chance next Tuesday, but an overall pretty dry forecast over the next week or so. Stay with us for some birthdays coming up next, and Zoe's big Halloween costume reveal at 5:56.
It is 5:52. Time to wish some happy birthdays. And who's having a Halloween birthday? How about one of our own here at Local 6, Jason Thomason?
Happy birthday, Jason. He's the man behind the camera during all our live shots in the morning. That's exciting. And Jason, you share a birthday with Stop, Collaborate, and Listen. Ice Ice Baby, Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Hey, that dude. He's, oh, I forgot how old he is. Oh, 52. Oh, he's young.
From Days of Our Lives on NBC all these years, actress Deidre Hall is 72.
Ooh. Send us your birthday. You might get to see your name on TV.
Now, weather on the 6s.
All right, it is 5:56, and through the magic of green screen technology, we're going to reveal Zoe's costume. You got to say the magic words with me.
She's cheating.
Zoe, come here.
Zoe.
You ruined my trick. All right, she's a pumpkin. All right, there we go. Zoe, hop, hop. She's so excited. She's already ready for candy tonight. Zoe. Hey, check out Rizzo. Rizzo's got a costume too. He's a guitar player. Look at that. Looks like he's maybe ready for a little chill yacht rock music. Maybe playing a little, I don't know, some summer breeze. Get us through this cold weather today. And there's Dobby. Dobby's a spider, scary spider. But Zoe's our cute little pumpkin. And we've got some frost on the pumpkin coming tonight. In fact, the pumpkins are just going to be freezing cold later on. 38 at 8 o'clock or at 7 o'clock this morning. We've got 39 at 1 o'clock this afternoon and 40 at 4. Head out to trick or treat tonight. 36 at 7 o'clock. Not going to be much fun. It is going to be a chilly one tonight. And hope you guys enjoy the pumpkin. We'll show her off again coming up at 6:46. Okay, bye. And if you've got some Halloween photos you'd like to share with us, do so. You can email those to me or go on my Facebook fan page, and we'll show off more puppy dog Halloween costumes coming up in our next hour. We're back with more right after this. Stay with us.